Because this is how I use my free will. I was just in New York and I saw 3 shows, and I'm going to tell you what I thought about each of them, starting with Hamilton. If you're not a Hamilton fan, you can skip this, but if you are, stick around. I saw Hamilton live when it was touring, the touring company at the Pantages Theater in LA years ago. It was for my birthday, and it was literally, I have a video on it where I talk about the fact that Kobe Bryant was sitting in the row in front of me 2 seats over, and we made eye contact because we have the same birthday. So like I looked over at him and he made eye contact with me, and I don't want to be weird, so I go, "It's my birthday too, Kobe." And he was like, "Happy birthday." And I was like, oh my God, anyway, he was super sweet. R.I.P. It was such a treat to be able to take myself to go see that show. It was wonderful. And then of course, for the next several years, I've binged the soundtrack and listened to the musical over and over again, playing each part. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. And so I was so excited that Leslie Odom Jr. was coming back for Hamilton, the 10-year anniversary. But tickets were like $1,200. And I ain't got it like that. So I'm like, I have a number that I will spend. That's my tippy top. And if I don't find it, then it's not meant to be, whatever. So my friend that lives in New York taught me about this app called Theater. It's like Grindr. That's how it's spelled. I'll show you right there. That's how it is. The thing is that with those, like the tickets go so fast, right? And so I noticed that like I had set my alerts for the weekends, so then I could like watch for September 27th, which is when I went. I could go for the matinee. And I was like, okay, I gotta be on the lookout for it. And then lo and behold, one day I get notification, the 27th, orchestra, right row C, face value. I thought it was a mistake, but no. I bought it. So happy, excited, turned off my notifications so I don't hear of any better deals happening. I'm so excited. I bragged to everybody that I managed to get face value, orchestra, 3rd row tickets. I am God's favorite. And then I get to the theater and they scan my tickets and it was for December 27th. Heartbroken, okay? I had to go through the stages of grief, okay? So I contacted one of my friends and I was like, I don't know what to do. There's no tickets on the theater app. Nobody's selling them. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't have that much money to like just go buy another ticket. And then she was like, well, why don't you go see another show? And I was like, I don't want to see another show. It's Leslie Odom Jr. That's why I was there to see Leslie. And then he's not going to be there for that long. So I ended up finding a ticket on Vivid Seats. It was about the same price that I paid for my 3rd row tickets, just like way further back in the mezzanine center. But point is, I got in. The theater, stunning. I've seen some of the footage of him online, right? If you're still watching this, you probably know the show. You know that Aaron Burr opens the show with "How does a bastard orphan son of a whore and a Scotsman?" And I've seen clips of when Leslie comes out, the crowd like doing a standing ovation for him at the top. So he waits a little bit before he starts. For the matinee, he was like, nah, we're not doing that. He just like started, and so we just had to be quiet, which was kind of fun. Like, okay, tell us what to do, Leslie. There was an understudy, and I'm just gonna be really honest with you. At first I was like, oh, God, you know, it's a bummer when you get the understudy Hamilton, but and this is going to turn out to be a good review of his performance. But at first it was like, oh no, he sucks. But it was just jitters because he was the actor that was doing it. The Swing, hardest role, super mad respect for him because he ended up being actually a really, really great Hamilton. So kudos. The George Washington on Broadway right now, Tamar Green. Check out this man. Check out that drink of water. Oh, every time that man sang, his voice is so low and his presence is so big. I was like, yes, President. And his one last time, oh my God. The ladies, all great. I could tell that the actors that played like Hercules Mulligan and James Madison and Marquise de Lafayette and Thomas Jefferson, those guys, I could tell that they have a really good friendship because they were so silly and very funny. They added a lot of nuance to the role, so love them. The actor that played King George is named Jared Spector. He was so funny and took so many like interesting choices with King George that made it unique but still so the part. It wasn't like, oh, you're doing a weird riff. Even the way that he stood was funny. He cracked me up every moment that he was on stage. He was perfect. And then last but definitely not least, Leslie Odom Jr. Like, it's just such a pleasure to watch a master work. You know what I mean? And it just like, it's so, that role is so in his body. His voice is flawless. All the choices that he makes are deeply connected to the show. He's like, and if you watch him running around with the ensemble, everything is so fluid. It was just so well, the production, you could tell that the whole cast just like was really cohesive. I thought everybody did a really great job. It was a really great production of it. Leslie Odom Jr., my God, you are an icon, a legend, the moment, and I'm so honored that I got to be in the room where it happens. The show is very important to me, and important as a reminder that revolution starts with us, and when we speak up, and also that art is very powerful. And so if you have any interest in saving up a couple coins and going to New York and seeing Leslie Odom Jr., absolutely 10 out of 10 recommend. But also, even if you see it afterwards, because I have a ticket for December 27th I have to sell, so just let me know.